Weird News Weekly with Ben and Reid.
It is that time once again, time for another episode of Weird News Weekly. My name is Ben Rogers and this guy's name is Reid Marnie. How's it going, Reid?
Ben, good to see you after a week off, although I'm a little bit disappointed. Not in you, not in anything that we do. I'm disappointed in a TV show. That TV show is an Australian classic. It's been going for like 25 years, maybe longer. 30, I think. 30 years. And this character, they killed off this character about a decade ago, but they brought her back. And we were hoping it was her. She's back from the dead. She's not actually dead. But then tonight, they revealed that it actually was not her.
I think I know what you're talking about here. You're talking about Neighbours, aren't you?
I'm talking about Neighbours. Yes, and by the way, yes, I do watch Neighbours, so yeah. I've just dropped that bomb, by the way. But no, I'm so annoyed. This is a storyline I've been looking forward to for such a long time, and tonight they reveal that it's not her. It's someone pretending to be her to claim her inheritance. I was like, oh, really annoyed.
And for anyone who's listening right now who's from the UK, over in the UK they absolutely love Neighbours. They reckon it's one of the greatest shows ever. And they're actually, I think, 2 years behind or something like that. So we've just ruined a massive storyline for them. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, I mean, they may have the internet, they may not, but I mean, I'm sure they might know by now. But either way, it's been trending on Twitter all night. I am not happy, Jan. No one's happy about it, but apparently Neighbours have said there is a reason we're doing this. So I look forward to that reason, but nevertheless, I'm not happy about it. But what about you?
Hashtag it's not D.
Well, the character's name that is playing her, well, the name of the actual character is Andrea. And if you look at some of the letters in that name, it actually spells out D-E-E. So it's a little bit cryptic. The character's name is D, and the character who is pretending to be D is Andrea. So D-E-E in Andrea. And it's this big thing, this big conspiracy theory. So I'm not happy about it. But what about you? I mean, for you, it's been a good week. You had your Monday Rumble, Raw thing, whatever you call it with your wrestling. How was that?
The Royal Rumble, I must say, it was a bit of a disappointment, to be honest. And I'm sure a lot of wrestling fans would agree. Something happened at the very end that left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, and it made you just kind of go, okay, I don't care how the rest of this pay-per-view was previously, because that's just happened at the end. Now the whole thing sucked.
Right at the end, it's all been ruined right up until the end. Don't you just hate that?
Well, you had a guy, Roman Reigns, who got a title shot earlier on in the evening. And then you had the Royal Rumble match later on in the night where the winner of the match gets a title shot at WrestleMania. So Roman Reigns already had a title shot earlier in the night, lost, didn't win the title. So why does he deserve the chance to earn himself another title shot later on in the night? And he came out as number 30, the last man to enter the Royal Rumble, giving him the best chance of winning and ruining any surprise of a returning superstar or anything like that. Everyone booed the house down at the venue. They actually started chanting, "This is bullshit." And it was an insanely audible chant, so bad in fact that on the WWE network they actually cut streaming of the Royal Rumble. Like the on-demand streaming, they stopped that for about an hour whilst they edited over the sound, and they made it sound like everyone was cheering for him when he came out.
Conspiracy theory! Wow, jeez.
So yeah, it was an interesting day. So.
Wow. Oh, man. It's a lot of unhappy wrestling fans.
But, of course, we do need to talk a bit more about this show. If you do want to follow along with us, of course, you can jump on Twitter, at Weird News Weekly on Twitter. You'll find all the source articles for our stories that we're talking about throughout the show right there. If you want to listen to and watch the show, you can do so on iTunes, Stitcher, and Soundcloud. Rate, review, and subscribe in those areas. Also, watching our smiling faces on YouTube. Just search for Weird News Weekly everywhere you can find us. And, we'll be right there. But, basically, Reid, we need to get some ideas about some stories that we're talking about here. What do you got for us this week?
Well, a woman over in Auckland, New Zealand, had applied for a job, and usually when you apply for a job, you get a response that says thank you for your application. We'll keep your details on our system, blah, blah, blah. Well, this woman got a reply that said, do not waste our time. And it's pretty bad. Yeah, so the response she got from the company since that email doesn't really help at all. And apparently the job seeker, they've got into it as well. So all these people are sort of getting in on this woman for whatever reason. So we'll find out just what she's done. And also, motivation for losing weight. There's many reasons to do so. It's to get fit, to get healthy. Well, a woman had her boyfriend break up with her. And because of that, she decided to lose weight. Mm-hmm. So apparently, breaking up with someone is good motivation for losing weight. We better not say that too loudly in front of everyone. Yeah. Otherwise, there could be a lot of broken relationships. What about you? What have you got for us this week?
Well, I've got a guy who's done a bit of an experiment with Microsoft Excel, and he is suggesting that no one ever try this experiment. He does not recommend that you do this at home. It was ridiculous, and it took him way too long to get this experiment done. So I'll give you more details about that a little bit later on. But I want to kick things off with this trending story that's going around at the moment with Shia LaBeouf. Have you heard about what he's doing lately, Reid?
I just saw something about him trending on Twitter, but I never looked into it. So what happened? What's he up to now?
He's obviously a little bit of a left of centre kind of cat, but basically what he's been doing here is ever since President Donald Trump has been, had his inauguration and has become the official president, he's kicked off this whole protest artistic series thing that he calls it. It's called He Will Not Divide Us. And if you go to HEWILLNOTDIVIDE.us, that's the website where this is happening constantly. Basically what it is a single camera that is attached to the side of the Museum of the Moving Image in Queens, New York. And basically what he's doing is encouraging people to come from around New York, around the US, from around the world, and just stand in front of this camera and constantly chant as many times as you like, "He will not divide us. He will not divide us. He will not divide us." Or shout, "He will not divide us. He will not divide us." Or just, have a chat about how President Donald Trump is wronging everyone in the US at the moment. Now, I've got a couple of audio samples for you here, Reid. This is one of the more monotonous, almost cult-like sounding ones. Have a listen.
He will not divide us. 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 He will not divide us.
And at this point in the footage, actually, this girl that you can hear right now, she's literally standing there with her palm up to the camera, straight-faced like crazy, and her palm has a love heart on it. She's the biggest hipster I've ever seen in my life, and she's just going, "He will not divide us, he will not divide us, he will..." And it's like the creepiest thing that you've ever seen in your life. But on top of that, there's also been a lot of Trump supporters who have been trolling this whole situation. So they're trying to get themselves in front of the camera as supporters of Donald Trump, and that's causing Shia LaBeouf to go a little bit nuts. Now, the audio on this one isn't all that fantastic, but you can kind of get the gist of what's going on here. Shia LaBeouf is all up in some guy's face who's trying to get in front of the camera, screaming in this dude's ear as loud as he possibly can, pushing him like away constantly, just screaming that chant at him. And if you can, I don't know if you heard it there or not, but you can hear the guy kind of going, "Dude, just get, what are you doing?"
I heard a little bit of that.
Yeah. So there's actually been a situation that's happened here where Shia LaBeouf's actually been arrested for harassment and suspected assault. And it's all got to do with basically this guy who was, kind of being a troll in the situation, being a Trump supporter and whatever. And this Shia LaBeouf's gone to swat him away or whatever and kind of scratched him on the face or something like that. And so the police have come along and they've arrested Shia LaBeouf. So you haven't actually seen Shia there, I don't think, now for a couple of days. But the word is that he's going to be back on the stream soon. And he's getting some of his celebrity friends to chime in as well, such as Will Smith's son.
Oh. Wow.
So that's Jaden, isn't it? Jaden Smith?
Something like that. Yeah, they've been in films together. Everyone knows who he is. Yeah.
So he's kind of standing there with his dreadlocks, just kind of doing his drawl like he does. "He will not divide us. He will not divide us. He will not, because the guy is just so monotone. It's not funny, even when he's just like, talking normally, rapping or whatever he does. I don't know if you heard the Black Eyed Peas did a new version of Where Is the Love? Did you see this one?
I heard this song, and it's like, what? Why'd you do that for?
Yeah. Well, basically what they were doing here is getting all these people, like all these celebrities involved in singing this new version of Where Is the Love. Jaden Smith was one of the celebrities that was involved, and he literally had the most pointless input I think I've ever seen in my life. One of the guys was rapping, and then Jaden Smith would just say the last two words that guy said, and it's just like, Salvador, Habahead, Lavato. It's like, well done, mate. Yeah, you probably got $250,000 for that. Good stuff. 30 seconds of work. Well done.
Ridiculous amounts of money for little work. Ridiculous. But I don't know if you've noticed this, but the whole thing of having celebrities involved in the whole politics thing, it didn't work.
No.
Like, Hillary Clinton had all these celebrities with her campaigning, and we in Australia probably thought, well, she's going to win because she's got all those celebrities. No. Didn't work out that way. Apparently, the celebrity factor might have actually worked right against her. Just saying.
Now, speaking of that, I don't want to get too political here because I don't like Donald Trump at all. And I don't like Hillary Clinton at all. As far as I was concerned, whoever won, we around the rest of the world lost. So that's my whole take on the situation. But the person that I can't stand even more than those two people is Katy Perry.
Oh, I'm with you there.
Now, she was very much involved in Hillary Clinton's whole campaign thing, and she was very, kind of like, this is going to be the best thing ever because a woman is going to be doing things for America. Just like, yeah, big deal. A woman did things for Australia as well, and we thought that she was great at a time, we thought that she was crap at a time, and then we thought that she was great again for a little while. That's the world of politics that happens these days. But Katy Perry made it this whole different level of thing, and it was just so good to see her get put back in her place. And I know that sounds really mean, but it's just like you kind of just sit there and see the results come through, and then it's just like, Donald Trump is the new US president. And then you just kind of sit there and go, suck it, Katy Perry.
Oh, man, I must say, one of the best things about that election was seeing all these celebrities, all their reactions to finding out that Hillary Clinton did not win and Trump was the president. Lady Gaga was out on the street crying.
Yeah.
She was upset. She was freaking out. And there was a whole bunch of other celebrities looking on and carrying on and blah, blah, blah. Look, it's happened. It's done. Trump is the new leader now. Accept it. Move on.
Now, as far as this thing with Shia LaBeouf's He Will Not Divide Us is concerned, though, anyone, as I said, is welcome to come along and just be part of this whole thing. People are, going along, getting pictures with Shia LaBeouf, and they're going and putting their arms around him, all chanting, yeah, he will not divide us, dude. Yeah, come on now. And all getting involved with it, where it's just kind of like, do you really care about this, or do you just want to get yourself on camera in this thing that's going viral around the world saying he will not divide us for no particular reason? But if you want to actually watch the live stream, it's going constantly 24/7 for the next 4 years, or at least until Donald Trump is no longer in the White House. So you can go to hewillnotdivide.us, and that will take you directly to the live stream with a little bit of an explanation about the whole situation. So we'll put those details for you up on our Twitter account, at Weird News Weekly on Twitter. You can read a little bit more about it right there as well, and see what you think about this whole situation.
Where is this live stream? You may have mentioned it. I may have just skipped over it. But whereabouts is it? Is it like near a residential housing somewhere? Or is it in the middle of a farm? Or where have they got it?
It's it's on the outside wall of the Museum of the Moving Image in Queens, New York.
So a museum has set this up, or they've got it there. At what point are they going to be like, look, we've had this going for a little while now. We're not getting a lot of people coming now. Maybe we should just stop it. Just, cut it out. Are they just going to keep it going? Are they actually going to keep it going? Is this going to be an actual 4-year thing? That's a long commitment.
It's a big commitment for them as well, because I'm guessing he's using their free Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So
that doesn't cost. That's not cheap free Wi-Fi for them.
Exactly.
Wow.
So unless, like, you know, because Shia LaBeouf is said to be worth something like $23 million or something like that, or $230 million or something like that. So I guess he might be putting a bit of money towards this to go, okay, I'm going to cover the Wi-Fi fee or something like that to send out this live stream constantly.
Oh, man. Tell you what, sidebar, talking of live streams, Jackson Hole is still going, my friend.
Yeah.
I was watching it during the week. I thought, surely that's still not going. Surely Jackson Hole has come to an end. I was checking it during the week, and there it is. It is still working. So that's a bit different, though, because that's sort of up on a pole somewhere, just sort of, you know, with like a live camera. But it's still going.
And there's still plenty of people watching it constantly, isn't there?
Yeah.
Still, at
it's
least
not just still
200
going.
people
watching
or so.
it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, just quickly before we sign off on this one, I'll go to He Will Not Divide Us, He Will Not Divide.us right now, and we'll see who's actually on the live stream. I'm pretty sure it should be, by the time that we're recording this, it should be daylight over there, I'm guessing. So we'll see who's actually... Oh, no, not quite. So at the moment, we have one black guy who has massive giant wooden beads around his neck. We have a dude with long hair and a beard, and we have another guy who looks like he's wearing some sort of beanie and big black jacket, and they're all just kind of casually chatting to the camera about racism.
And that's going to be for the next 4 years, talking about racism.
Yeah, yep. Great.
Oh, that's going to be weird one to watch.
Fun times.
Weird one to watch.
So, He Will Not Divide Us is HeWillNotDivide.us if you want to see that live stream and see if Shia LaBeouf eventually returns like they say he's going to. But we move on, Reid, to our next story. What do you got for us, mate?
Well, when it comes to applying for jobs, a woman over in Auckland, New Zealand, went for a job at a fashion-based company. The company's called Apparel HR, and they've got the slogan, "It's all about people."
Okay.
And according to what happens next, I don't think that's actually the case at all. Steph Nelson applied for a position with the company Apparel HR, and she, applied, she got a reply a few days later, and the reply read, "Thank you for applying for a role with absolutely no experience in the field. You have now wasted my time and yours."
Oh.
Boom.
Yeah.
Really? That's an actual reply from a company?
Freaking mic drop and walk out.
I know. And the fact is that this is an actual thing. So what's happened is she has since uploaded that image to Facebook, and the whole thing has since taken on a bit of a life of its own. The director of the company, Julie Malone, she replied to Nelson, Steph Nelson that is, and she said, "The reply was generated from an email address associated with our business." What?
Okay.
What does that even mean?
Yeah.
She didn't even really reply about that. She then goes on to say, "I just wanted to let you know that it was not from me personally, and it was not signed with a name, making it a little harder to pinpoint the person." She said, and then it's a bit weird because then Steph Nelson replied, "I'm not sure what to make out of it. The application page on Seek had Julie's name as the person of contact for the role." So the reply has come directly from the director of the company, as if to say, that's who the email has come from. So that's a little bit of a weird one, because usually you might get a computer-generated reply. It's got her name on it.
Yeah.
So something has gone on. I tend to believe someone has hacked her computer and has just come across anyone who's applying for jobs and just put the director of the company's name on it and send it all out.
Well, either that or this lady was having a really, really bad night and was just getting drunk in her office, and then this email's come through and she's just like, "You don't even have any experience, you dumb cow. Thanks for wasting my time and yours. Send."
Possibly. And there's one thing I didn't really want to say, because this is going to make me sound really horrible here, but as we all know, the fashion industry is a bit bitchy.
Yeah, just a little bit.
They sort of attack each other for just living. There's a case at the moment. You may have seen the TV show I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Mm-hmm. One of the models, Tegan Martin, she said, "I was called too fat." I've had a look at Tegan Martin. She is not fat. I don't know what part of her is fat. Maybe PH fat, as in fat, but not actually FAT. So this whole thing has got a bit weird. And then Seek, of course, they're the company who do all this. they've got onto it as well. So they've actually replied to Steph personally and apologised. But it's not really what you want to do because, let's face it, applying for jobs is really difficult at the best of times. And whenever you get a reply, you're really hopeful. Mm-hmm. You think, oh my God, what a reply. This could be good. And then to get a reply that says you're a waste of time from an actual company, that's a little hurtful. Yeah. You ever take that a bit personally?
I reckon it's one of those things where it's even today, like going back to the slogan that these guys have, it's all about people or whatever it was. Even
it's all about people.
It's all about people. I had an outside broadcast today at work. And one of the companies that was there representing, it was what's the word that I'm looking for? It was a travel and cruise expo. That's what I'm looking for. And there was one cruise company that was there, and their motto was, "We bring you back better." And I was just kind of like, "Wait, what? Better than what? What? What?"
Are you going into something worse and you come out of it better? Or yeah. How does that all work? What's that about? I don't get that.
It's just like, okay, on this cruise, you're guaranteed to get drunk and possibly salmonella poisoning as well, but trust me, we'll make sure that you're okay once you get back.
Look, that's a possible gym slogan. You'll come out better.
Yeah.
Obviously, you go in there looking pretty crap and you've got a bit of weight on, you'll come out feeling better with a loss of weight. A travel expo, you'll come out better. I don't get that. That's a bit of a weird one. So, I don't know. But the sad thing is, Ben, about this whole situation is that Steph is still looking for work. Oh. She hasn't got a job out of this. Usually when these sort of stories go viral, some company reaches out to her and offers her a job or something. But no job for poor old Steph. So she's still on the job hunt, looking for work. I think she might take a little break from applying for work in the future because, after all, getting a reply that says you're a complete waste of time. I mean, it sounds like a response you might get from your mother after giving her, some homework. It says, "No, I don't like it. You're a waste of time. Go away." Yeah. Off you go. To get that from a company that says you're a waste of time, that's a little hurtful. I mean, no, I feel for Steph, but I don't know. She might be a qualified fashion person or whatever they do, but yeah, that's pretty hurtful.
I guess if you're aspiring to be involved in the world of fashion, this would have been a big hit to her straight off the bat. And she probably wouldn't even want to go anywhere near it now for the rest of her life.
Oh, she's been burned by the industry before she's even entered the industry. I mean, that's a whole new one. Usually you have to work in an industry for a couple of years before you get burned by it. Not just applying for a job and already you've been burned by the industry. That's a whole new low.
Well, if you'd like to read more, you can do so on our Twitter account, @WeNewsWeekly on Twitter. You'll find more details about that story right there. But we move on, Reid, to a guy from Oklahoma over in the US. He has conducted an experiment with Microsoft Excel, and he has suggested that no one repeat his feat here. He said, "I don't recommend it at all. Please don't do it." Now, what he's actually done here, his name is Hunter Hobbes, and he's a YouTuber that posts like stupid challenge videos to his YouTube channel. And the challenge that he was doing here was seeing how long it would take him to go from the top to the very bottom of an Excel spreadsheet just by using the down arrow key. Now, there are keyboard shortcuts, obviously, that will take you to the top and the bottom like that immediately.
Yeah.
But he was just like, okay, I'm going to see how long this takes for me to go from the top to the bottom just by holding down the down arrow key. He was sitting there for over 9 hours.
Whoa!
Yeah. That's how long it took for him to go from the top to the very bottom. Over 9 hours. Because you wouldn't really think it, but the amount of cells that are from top to bottom in an Excel spreadsheet is apparently 1,048,576.
Jeez.
So it's got the full time here, 9 hours, 36 minutes and 10 seconds. He sat there scrolling down. Or 9 hours, 36 minutes and 10 seconds, yeah. He was scrolling through this whole Excel spreadsheet. And he seems to have filmed the whole thing of him just like sitting there going, oh my God, it's never ending. It's never ending. And he didn't have any breaks throughout the whole thing at all. Literally sat there for 9 hours, 36 minutes and 10 seconds.
Geez, I remember doing this in high school, but I think I was finished by about 2 minutes. I thought, I can't keep doing this. This is too much.
Yeah.
And that was after 2 minutes. Imagine doing it for 9 bloody hours of doing that non-stop without a break. Poor guy.
All I remember from computer lab back in high school was everyone was just activating sticky keys all the time. They'd just be like hitting their shift key 5 times and all you'd hear around the room is and the teacher would just be like, guys, shut up, turn off the sticky keys.
Jeez, we were really had no fun back in those days. That was our fun. Sticky keys on the keyboard at school. Wow, I'm sure that's changed since we've been to high school.
It was funny because I actually did it by accident in my studio the other day when I was at work. I was just kind of sitting there and I was doing work on Pro Tools and I must have just clicked the shift key a few too many times when I was moving stuff around and all of a sudden it just started going boop, 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 and I was like, whoa. Oh, sticky keys. Whoops.
High school memories.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm back here again. Oh, wait, I'm at work.
Oh. So
Did you get in trouble for it?
Hey?
Did you get in trouble or did no one say anything? Or did you say, I pressed the gear keys by accident. Boss, I'm sorry. Don't get me in trouble.
No, well, that's the good thing about that situation. I'm just in the studio by myself and no one else can hear when I turn on sticky keys and have a little fun with them for about 5 minutes before I turn them back off again.
You're in the zone.
So it kind of, begs the question, what other things have you seen people do or what things have you done yourself that are just so monotonous and they're so time consuming, but you still had to just see what the result was anyway at the end?
This is a bit of a weird one, but on a DVD player, if you're watching something and you might pause it and that DVD logo sort of pops up on the screen and it rolls all around the screen. I have spent a bit of time watching that hit directly in the corner.
Yeah, like the guys on The Office.
Screen. Yeah. So the guy just does it there, bang, and then you keep on watching it till it does it. I reckon I did that for about an hour once. I thought, I just want to see how often it does it for. I was bored a couple of years ago. I thought, you know what? I'm going to see what this does. And yeah, that was pretty monotonous because it's just seriously watching. The only bad thing is, though, you ruin the DVD because that's pause. It's skipping. You're wrecking the DVD. Get a terrible DVD on, sure, but, that's pretty monotonous. But what about you?
I remember one time I was at a trivia night when I was about, 7 or 8 years old. And so could not care less about the trivia side of things at all. I was just there because I'm guessing, no one could get a babysitter for me that night. But, I'm sitting at this table and remember saying to my mum, I'm just like, I'm really bored right now. This trivia thing is really not doing it for me. And she's like, okay. She grabbed me a spare piece of paper, grabbed me a pen, and was just like, right, I'm going to draw 2 little circles on this piece of paper, like literally little circles that are no wider than like 3 millimeters each. She's drawn those right next to each other. And she goes, what I want you to do is keep drawing circles right next to each other until you fill this whole A4 page full of tiny circles.
Oh.
I literally spent about an hour and a half filling up a whole A4 sheet of paper with tiny circles. Wow. And before I knew it, the trivia night was over.
Jeez, entertainment.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I kept stopping like midway through and going, Mum, look how far I've got. Mum, look how far I've got. And I was like really proud of myself. So like she sucked me in completely.
But that's the power they have at you at that age. You do whatever they tell you to do. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, drawing circles, you just do it. You don't even question it. You just say, oh, okay, I'll do it.
Exactly.
An hour and a half.
An hour and a half.
Oh, gee whiz. Well done, parents.
If there is any monotonous activities that you've seen people do or you've done yourself over the years, kind of like this Hunter Hobbes guy has done, let us know via Twitter or via comment anywhere. We'd love to hear your stories. At Weird News Weekly on Twitter. You can find all the details on this story right there and just leave us a comment. We'd love to hear what you got to say. But Reid, we move on to our last story for the week. What do you got for us, mate?
Well, when it comes to losing weight, there's all kinds of motivations, isn't there? There's, you want to get fit, you want to get healthy, you want to, do a New Year's resolution. Geez, how many people say on New Year's Day, I don't want to lose weight, I'm going to a gym? Everyone says that.
Yep.
Well, this one is a little bit different because a woman got broken up with. Her boyfriend dumped her. And the main reason that it's alleged to have happened, I've got to say alleged here because there's a little bit of a false truth in this story. What happened was the woman weighed in at about 120 kilograms. Now, that's quite big, isn't it? Yeah. Khloe... I was going to say Khloe Kardashian. I don't know why. Sian Ryan was heartbroken after her boyfriend dumped her of 18 months, so a year and a half. Now, this was exactly a year and a half ago. What happened was, apparently after crying day and night and day, she decided to change her life and join a 24-hour gym, working out late at night when she'd otherwise lie in bed. That's what she told a reporter. So every evening at about 11 p.m, she'd head off to the gym and she'd run on the treadmill, just running. Because that's what you do when you're really big. You can't do a lot. You don't know what to do anyway because you've never been to a gym in years. Yeah. You just run. You walk, you do anything simple. Well, what she's done is then she's posted all of her photos on Instagram, as you do, and over the months rather, she's lost quite a lot of weight. She started off weighing in at 120. She currently weighs 76 kilograms and wears a size 12. But the reason that's a bit of she's lost weight. I mean, that's not that uncommon, really. But the fact is she's claimed that it's because she was dumped by her boyfriend. Well, the boyfriend hasn't really been available to comment on it, but a lot of companies have tried to get in touch with him. He's not saying anything. So a lot of his friends are actually contacting magazines and saying, no, it wasn't because he dumped her, just because, they broke up. She lost weight because they broke up. Yeah. Well, she's actually gone onto her Instagram account because since the story has gone viral, she's gained a stack of followers. We're talking 27,000 Instagram followers. I mean, that's viral if I've never heard it. Yeah. Anyway, she uploaded an image of an online article that says, woman lost weight after being dumped by boyfriend. And she's just replied, no, not true. I did it for myself. I didn't do it because of him, blah, blah, blah. So unfortunately for the boyfriend, he's probably out, with a new missus and all that. But I've got to tell you, and maybe this is me being a little bit TMI, but she looks pretty good. I mean, granted, she's got a lot of tattoos. I'm going to post a photo to see what Ben thinks of her later. But, yeah, she's got plenty of tattoos. Like, she's covered in them. She's one of those types,
They're not like weird person tattoos, are they? Like, oh, I've got a Snoopy on my shoulder or something like that.
No, they're just all like, images, and I've got one here. I'm just looking at it. It's just like symbols and stuff.
Yeah.
Like and it's just all like
things.
big. Yeah, those big letters and things. And anyway, so she says all she does nowadays, she now eats out for breakfast, she eats lean chicken, and she inspires all the people to lose weight. So she's sort of using it to her advantage a little bit. She's like saying, well, actually, I'm going to use this to my benefit and to maybe make some money off it, because that's what we do after we break up with someone. A lot of people on Instagram, though, are claiming that she's doing it to gain a bit of sympathy, to try and get back with the boyfriend. Maybe he's now seen her and thought, oh, what have I done? I've broken up with the wrong woman. I'm a bit of a bastard. That was a terrible accent. I don't know what accent that went into.
Where was that from?
It was meant to be a UK accent, but it sort of went a bit, I don't know, Scottish at the end.
It was
You'll
kind
have to
of
listen back to that.
It was kind of going down to almost a bit of a Wales kind of area, a bit of a Welsh accent almost, a bit of a Postman Pat in there almost.
Oh, Postman Pat. I do like Postman Pat. The only accent I have been told I can do really well is Bogan.
Okay.
G'day, mate. Here you go. Yeah, not too bad, mate. Just, go down to the pub, have a few drinks, mate. Yeah, I'll be all right. See you, mate. Bye. I know how to speak that because that's exactly how my brother talks. He exactly talks like that. So, and that's not when he's drunk. That's just in everyday talk. So, yeah. So maybe if you want to lose... if
At least you didn't go down the line of any of the Bogan swear words. We like to keep this thing as PG as possible.
Oh, no, my Bogan talk is very G-rated. It's very friendly. It's like the guys on RBT, our TV show. Oh, yeah, mate. Yeah, I just had a few stubbies after work, but she'll be right, mate. I'm just driving 100 Ks. Yeah, I'll be right. See you, mate. Bye. That's my Bogan talk. He's not a swearing Bogan. He's just a Bogan nonetheless. But anyway,
nice
if that's a good motivation for... Yeah, exactly. Oh, I mean, I love Bogans. I don't have anything against Bogans. People hate Bogans. I love Bogans. They're adorable. Yeah. But anyway, back to the story. If that's a good motivation for losing weight, then so be it. I mean, I'm in the process myself of trying to lose weight. I'm not doing it for anyone else. I'm just doing it for myself. I haven't broken up with anyone. No one's broken up with me. There's been no breaking up whatsoever. I just want to get fit. I don't want to do it for someone or because someone has done me wrong by, you know? I mean, I think that's too much motivation for a lot of people. So, look, good on this woman for doing it. I applaud her for losing weight, but if she's done it because her boyfriend broke up with her and she wanted to get him back or, you know, she wanted to make him jealous, then that's a bit petty, you know? Seriously, very petty.
Well, if you want to see the photos, and I'm definitely intrigued about this one, you can jump onto our Twitter account, @WeirdNewsWeekly on Twitter. You'll find all the details that you need right there. But Reid, that's pretty much the show, all said and done for another week. Any final thoughts that you'd like to add on anything before we sign off?
Yeah, just that, have you seriously not noticed what I'm wearing?
A white shirt?
When do I never wear black T-shirts? I always wear black T-shirts. The first time I feel like I'm a jaded lover or something. I can't believe you don't know what I'm wearing today. I got a haircut. You didn't notice. What's wrong with you?
Well, I got a haircut. Did you notice? I look balder, see?
Balder, yeah, that's a term for it, but... there we go. We don't really notice that. I mean, we don't notice that sort of stuff. You know, we're very simple blokes. We're very simple.
Well, of course, if you want to follow along with the show, you can do so @WeirdNewsWeekly on Twitter. You can find us to listen to us on iTunes, Stitcher, and Soundcloud. Rate, review, and subscribe in those places. Also, you can watch us in video form at YouTube. Just search for Weird News Weekly on YouTube. I'm getting all flustered. It's like 9:53 at night right now, and I've had a big day. But that's pretty much the show, all said and done. We will catch you next time. Until then, I've been Ben Rogers. This guy has been Reid Marnie. See you, bye.
I felt like I cut you off there mid-sentence. I totally did that, didn't I?
I said, what did it say at your end? And you were just like, no, done.
What did I do?
Don't want to be hearing that shit.